What's up? What's up, guys? It's Boogie back again with another live stream. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. If you're just coming in, do me a favor, like the video. We're about to cook. I got plenty of videos for you guys that we're going to be reviewing. And like I always tell you guys, all the videos I review, I don't finish all of them. I put them in the description so you guys can go to their channels, show them support, finish that video, subscribe to all those content creators and all those things, right? But do me a favor, like the video, and we're gonna get started. Because when you like the video, lets YouTube know we're cooking, but it also lets other people know who are not tuned in that we out here cooking, right? So it really helps my channel. So support your boy. But we're about to get started. You see the title, so it's crazy. The first video is gonna be from whatever podcast you can see. We're about to go in, so let me just make sure you guys can hear me, and then we're gonna get started to cook because it's time to cook, man. It's time to cook. Hope you guys are doing well. Women don't like to be held accountable. Nothing new. I'm sure you guys know that, but it's getting worse because they believe they're sweet angels who never do nothing wrong. Right, so let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Well, if you can hear me, you can put a 1 in the chat, and then we're gonna get started. All right, shout out to you guys. Let me just make sure 1 2 that you guys can hear me. All right, you can hear me. Let's go.
Terms a little bit because men are the initiators typically, and women are a little less proactive and pick from. You can kind of dictate terms a little bit. You can be like, you know what?
Yeah, it's nicer, isn't it?
It's super dope. It's super dope.
But I feel like
I don't mind if women initiate. And by the way, women can initiate, and you can like initiate, and then just immediately defer leadership back to me. Like you can just be like, "Hey, what's up, Brian?
Yeah,
Think you're cute, whatever."
the man does the rest of the
and then
work.
I'll take care of the rest because
But I feel
cool
like a lot
that.
of men like they take some like pride or like they kind of enjoy doing that, right? Because you're saying it's like this burden kind of, but I think some men enjoy it a little bit. Like
Yeah, sure. I think some men definitely do, maybe a lot, but like I think if men could trade, for example, like if the roles reversed, some men definitely do, maybe a lot, but like.
All right, give me a second. I think there's some feedback. Let me just work that out real quick. All right, everything should be fine. Okay, I don't know why it seemed like there was feedback. Just give me 1 second. Should be fine. Everything seemed fine on my end. Wait. Yeah, it seemed like there was feedback. I don't know why, but let me try it again. I apologize, guys. I know you guys were ready for me to start the show. But I just want to make sure the sound is good, and then we can go. Should be fine now, right?
A little bit, at least in this dynamic. If women were just like throwing themselves at men,
oh, men like that, don't they?
men would take the trade. Men would so take the trade. If like all you women were just like trying to fuck me, like that's what it is, right? Like all these guys are trying to have sex with you. And just to be clear, they probably also want to date you too, right? I'm not trying to be.
I don't know about that here.
Well, maybe that's a fair point, especially the college guys.
Our age, like, I don't really think they initiate. Guys our age, I've only really been hit on organically by older guys, not ever guys my age.
Well, that's because women said, leave us alone. Women said, nah,
I would love to meet
don't
a guy
approach us.
organically. And I
But
don't. I'm not. None
Here's
of
the
that
thing:
hookup
you
stuff.
want the guy that you're attracted to do that. But in order, and look, it's obviously you want attractive men to hit on you, but part of the deal was there are going to be guys who you are also interested in who are going to hit on you, but part of that deal also means that there are going to be guys who you're not attracted to who are going to
Hit on you.
hit on you.
Yeah.
And that, for you as women, that's going to feel awkward. That's going to feel uncomfortable.
I don't mind it
You
personally.
might even be like creepy. Because here's an interesting thing. And by the way, I think, just to be clear, let me preface there's creepy behavior across the board, regardless of how attracted you are to the guy.
Yeah.
But I would also say certain things said or done by a guy who you have attraction to, give him a bit of leeway. Like the same stuff
Benefit of a doubt.
that you would deem creepy if like a guy you weren't attracted to said it. If the guy you are do think is attractive said it,
You'd be into it.
you'd be like,
It's
I'm
pretty
into this.
privileged.
Yeah.
That's true. That's why when you hear women complaining that men are not approaching them, what they really mean is the men they want are not approaching them. So it's not all men, trust me, because they get approached. It's just that to them, the men who they want don't approach them. So they complain, all men. So they'll see a good looking guy, tall, nice car, dressed well, smelling good, whatever it is. He looks at them, she looks at her. He doesn't walk towards them because they're so used to the guys that don't want to walk up to them and ask for their number. And then they're going to come to social media. My God, men don't approach us anymore. Just because one guy she found attractive didn't walk up to her.
It's pretty privileged.
Although
Sure.
I will say like an unattractive man hitting on you, there's nothing creepy about that if he's not doing anything
Sure.
really bad.
Well, although I would say even if the guy isn't doing anything like clearly creepy, like I think we can all agree, regardless of how attractive the guy is, there is some stuff across the board would be creepy.
Right.
But I do think more behavior will fall into the threshold of creepy if you're not attracted to the guy. Like certain
Yeah.
behaviors that you will deem creepy wouldn't be creepy. I mean, I guess I'm repeating myself at this point. But
No, I get it. I think that's kind of unfortunate though if it's not done with like in a creepy way.
yeah. So, and I think even if a woman is approached by a guy who she thinks is good looking or whatever, I think women even then can still have like a bit of a hesitancy even in that situation. I don't know, like a bit of a defensiveness to them.
They pick and choose.
I don't know.
I think
They pick and choose when to call something creepy. Like he said it perfectly. Like a man they find attractive, for example, I don't know, Chris Brown will say, "Hey mama," they'll find it attractive. Oh my God, it's so sexy. And if Boogie says, "Hey mama," they're gonna say Boogie is creepy. He doesn't know how to talk to women. He doesn't respect women. So they pick and choose.
Not all the
I think
time.
it's like flattering sometimes actually, even if it's like an unattractive guy.
Yeah. If he goes about it the right way.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
We have a chat here. If you can read it for us.
Oh. Chair 1 is swimming in opinions and drowning for facts. That is a dangerous cocktail to have, and it needs to be pointed
Oh,
out.
shit.
Sorry. Cheers, Brian. I
Yeah.
think there's nothing wrong with having opinions.
I guess.
For the perfect guy, okay. For the perfect guy, would any of you fold his laundry like the first time you go to his house?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how perfect could
I
he have
mean,
been
if
in
I have
that
nothing else
in
better
that
to
short time
do.
you've known him,
I've
right?
done that for guys that weren't even perfect. Like my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, girls will do a lot of things for even like retrospectively. You're like, damn, I did all that for him.
I mean, do you not want to help him and like make him feel taken care of?
But at this point, you've
The
only gone on
first
one date,
time,
so how
the
perfect
You
only-
don't know him.
Yeah,
but
the
here's
first
the thing.
date, I don't know.
Like,
He's
if
perfect,
he's not
yes.
giving me the equal amount of care, then why should I fold up your clothes if you're not going to fold up mine?
But you went to his house. So how is he gonna fold your clothes if you went to his house? He didn't go to your house, right? And let me guess, you went to his house after he paid for the first date, after he took you out to eat, no pun intended, because clearly the woman who talks looks like she eats a lot. So clearly, if he paid for the dinner, the least you can do is fold his clothes. I mean, is that too much to ask? for you independent, strong women.
My opinion.
But wouldn't this just be applied to, like, why? Like, plenty of women would not pay for a guy's date.
Fair.
So then wouldn't the logic there be, like, if you're looking for perfect reciprocity, I don't think it's a weird double standard. Well, I guess technically it would be a double standard, but I don't think it's like weird if a woman, she says, I would never pay for, like, fully pay for the bill for the man on the first date. But her standard would be, or her preference would be, for the guy to pay the bill on the first date. So there are just certain things like men do, women do. Did you have something,
Just,
Danielle?
yeah, I
Sorry,
don't-
not Danielle. I apologize. That's Daniela.
We haven't
Flies
said
attack.
my name this whole time. It's okay. My
It's
name's Kira.
wait,
Oh,
Kira. That was gonna be my second
brilliant.
guess. Yep. go ahead.
I think it's just super strange to me. Like, you would not do, like, that's the type of thing you do for someone when you, like, live with them. Like, it's just why, like, I don't know, like, I would buy my friend coffee, I'd buy my friend food. I would not, like, do my friend's laundry. I would not have them do my laundry. Like, that, you know, it's like, I'm not even saying that has to be the same thing. That's just so out of the question. Like, if you're not, like, habitually, like, seeing them yet, you can't assess if they're perfect. Like,
Oh,
it's
I think like
strange.
the hypothetical is that like you already know they're perfect. Like I honestly think first date is kind of a lot to fold someone's laundry.
Yeah.
But if I know, like,
It's
if I already
fine.
know they're perfect, then I'll do
And
it.
I feel like
but I've
I-
done it for guys that are.
But like my perspective. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Daniela.
I've done more for guys and girls in terms of I've paid for my friends all the time and not gotten anything back. I've done their laundry, done their bed sheets, sent emails. Like, I've done a lot. And I, like, it's not at my expense. Like, I like doing these things. So it depends on the person. Like, then I wouldn't, like, care about the connotations. But I think it depends.
For first date, I'm thinking like that's like the first or second time you've met the person. But like if it's the first time you're going over to their house and it's like how Brian said, he's like, oh, I forgot to fold my laundry. I think I honestly probably would be like, oh, do you want help?
Yeah, and like in a casual sense, it doesn't have to have like those connotations like, oh, like women do laundry, you know? It's like, okay, like sure. But I can understand the sentiment. So I think it's per the person and situation that like determines that.
But if they're perfect, I would.
I don't know if I'm even asking. I don't think I'm asking for anything all that crazy.
It's not that much.
It's not really that much. Well, because from my perspective, I'm like, if we get along and you're going to be my girlfriend, I'm going to be taking care of everything. And then like long enough down the road, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So
Is the laundry thing like really important to guys? Because like if it is, like even I'd be willing to fold a guy's laundry. I just didn't even know like guys.
wait, can I
wanted
just
it
have
that
you
bad.
straighten?
Wait, you don't know if helping men with housework is that important? Like men have been asking for that. Cook, clean, be like somebody who can, make a house a home. Those are the same things men have been asking for. But to women, it sounds strange. They can list all the things they want men to do. But even just folding my clothes is such a big ask. Because think about it. What else? Because let me guess, if you can't fold clothes, you probably are going to say you can't cook or you will never cook for a man. Okay, so what else do you bring to a man's life? Because we know what the man is going to bring to your life. Number one, paying all your bills. So exactly what do you bring to a man's life? It's weird, man. I mean, you guys are looking for traditional women. I feel sorry for you. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a traditional woman in 2025, good luck.
Your mic, like to the top of it. Yeah, perfect. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying like I didn't even know like because you keep stressing this thing about girls doing laundry. Is it like very important to guys or
Well,
is
I'm
it
a-
something that they all really want?
Well, I'm unique.
It's like
I
your,
have
it's like
very
your thing.
unique- Yeah, it's my
specifically.
thing, I guess. Like, look, I think honestly, most men, if you're pleasant, and I mean, it depends if they're like religious guys or whatever, but like most men, make them some food, be pleasant, have sex with them. Most men, like 97% of men, are going to be happy with that. I feel like men really don't ask for all that much.
Facts. Men don't ask for too much, but even the little men ask for, women complain that it's too much. Like I said, what we have is modern women who want men to stay traditional, but they don't want those traditional men to hold them to the traditional women gender roles. So they want a man who does everything a traditional man should do, but they don't expect the man to expect them to do traditional things. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. You know, but anyway, shout out to whatever podcast link down below. Shout out to you guys who are coming into the chat, who are coming into the live stream. Do me a favor, like the video as you're coming in. I really appreciate you guys. I got a couple of videos for you guys we're going to be reviewing. So do me a favor and like the video so other people can know what we are in here and we are cooking so they can join us. So like the video, please, as I cook up the next video real quick. Give me a second, but like the video, please. All right. Let's go to the next video. And you can let me know where you're watching from, where you're catching the stream from. If you're new here, do me a favor, subscribe. You know, we're in here reporting the daily dating news. I call myself the dating newscast, the dating newscast channel. You know how they do the weather forecast? I do the dating forecast. Submitting to God. They pick and they use God when they feel like. When they get in trouble, then they remember God. When they become 35, 45, oh, now I want a man of God. But they never get the men in church. They leave the churches to come out to the streets to look for men who believe in God. If they really wanted a man of God, all the men who go to church wouldn't be single. But they go to church on Sundays after doing the clubs on Saturdays. Then on Monday, they come to the streets looking for a man of God. But they left so many brothers who go to church every day. Levels of you getting 10 degrees with $100,000 in debt, and you expect a man to come and pay your student loan debt. Are those the levels we're talking about? Do you see how crazy that sounds? They get into debt, and when a man doesn't want to pay all the student loan debts, or he's not a provider, all black men are not real men. They get good men. For some reason, they can manage to have babies with all these men, and then when a man doesn't want to be a stepdad, oh, these men don't want to step up. They're not real. That's college mean. College doesn't mean shit if you have thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of student loan debt. College doesn't mean anything if you cannot earn the same amount of money from a college that you spent on the student loans. It doesn't mean shit. These women don't want men with trade schools, with trade certificates. They don't want the plumbers. They don't want the electricians. They think it's only college that makes a man good. They think only a man who's a good man is one who's going to pay their student loans and buy them a car and pay their bills.
Again,
we can't fix it if every time you get a six-figure job, you think you're better than a black man. We can't fix it that every time you get a six-figure job and you're taking yourself to Cancun 10 times a year, then you think the man that you meet should also come and take you to Cancun 10 times a year. We can't fix it until you realize men are not shouldn't be judged only by their income, only by their college degree, only by what they can provide for you. Until then, we can't fix shit. If you can't even listen, if you can't even smile, if you have to, always have they call it what? Resting bitch face, whatever they call it, the attitude. We can't just jump to the solution before we fix the phone. I mean, it's too late when it comes to dating and relationships. I feel like it's going to take another 100 years. Because think about it, right? All this feminism started like what? From the 1950s, 1940s, 1970s, right? Civil rights movement around the time. But this feminism has spread all the way to Africa, to Asia, even to some Arabic countries, right? So if it has taken over these 50 years, and honestly, I feel like we're just starting to see the consequences, but the consequences are far worse. Because think about it. In 1962, the single mother rate in the black community in America was 32%. Now it's all the way 60 to 70%, right? So it's going to take 100 years. Like everybody alive right now would have to die. And then new people would have to get back the same mindset that we had 100 years ago. But otherwise, A black woman earning 6 figures is not about to listen to me. I don't care if I make $1 million. I don't care if I make $100 million. She's not about
60
Anyway, shout out to this podcast. This is Dave Anderson. I'm just getting to learn about this guy. I saw him on a different podcast. But the podcast name is the Big Facts Network. I'll put the link down below. But this was fun to watch, right? Crazy times we live in. Shout out to you guys who are in the chat. I see LS, and then I see my man, the Kavi. He says watching from California. I would love to know where everybody's watching from and supporting your boy. Like the videos are coming in. The more you like the video, the more other people come to join us and they know that we're cooking. All right. So I'm going to play the next video. Let's get into it. I'm not even going to waste your time. Show me your support, like the video, so other people know we're in here. All right. So next, we're going to go to Anton Daniels. And they're talking about why men have stopped dating. Literally connects very well to the video we just went through, right? So give me 1 second. Okay. LS said winter is coming, Kevin Samuels. Yeah. Winter has been coming. It's been slow, but it's starting to get there. All right, let's go.
Fellas, I have a question. Are you guys also choosing now to like not date and stay single and just focus on yourself, travel, focus on your platonic relationships, things like that? Is that like the census of the men as well? Because I know on the women's side, a lot of women are leaning towards no kids, you know, not getting married, just traveling, living their lives, doing their thing. And they seem pretty excited about it. I was just wondering, is that something that you guys are leaning towards too? And do you feel that it is by choice or by force? Let's talk about it. Oh my God.
So let me preface this by saying that when y'all speak on this, speak on it from the lens of what y'all think that the majority of men are doing, not necessarily what y'all are doing.
Okay.
Y'all think that there's a movement of men decentering women, and not necessarily caring about women or what they think anymore. And do y'all think that it's by choice, or do you think that it's being forced upon them and guys with this whole loneliness epidemic thing?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think men are, you know, learning from experience and seeing what's going on in the atmosphere out here. You're seeing how women, you know, how women are moving and how women are changing. And I think, you know, I think guys are starting to, you know, be more, some guys anyway, more about their bag and their purpose. It's a lot of guys that's not though. It's a lot of guys that, you know, they put women first and you can see the results in their life and their lifestyle too. So, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's definitely a lot of guys choosing their purpose first in the bag.
I mean, I think in the beginning they were kind of forced because they didn't know what to do, but men adapt to situations. So if a man is like, I have to pay $500 to take you on a date, you know, I have to pay your bills, I have to give you gas money, I have to do this, and you're not even going to cook for me. So a man will weigh the options. So should I do that, or should I focus on that money and invest in myself? This is a thing for you guys. Sit down, do the math of the money you've spent on women on dates in a year. Do the math and tell me how many of those women are still in your life, and tell me how many of those women would send you $100 today if you needed it.
I think women act like the men nowadays, and men nowadays act like women. So yeah, men still want the relationships. Women nowadays, they more so don't want the relationships, you know. But a man, especially a man who got a lot of options, you get tired of that type of shit. You get tired of bitches in and out, and you want that. You rather have that. What a lot of us up here got. You want to have that wifey at the house, man, when it's all said and done. But that's so hard to come by just on how the women acting and moving nowadays.
A lot of women feel like if you can't beat them, then join them. I ultimately think that men set the tone and women match the energy. I think a lot of women have been jaded due to previous relationships or current relationships, whether that's due to infidelity, whether that's due to domestic violence, whether that's due to feeling like they're pushing the majority of the weight. I will say in relationships, a lot of women do a brunt of the household work, take care of the kids, and often nowadays with households and how that work, they're also working where they feel like men just go to work. So a lot of women are saying like, what the hell? Like, what am I doing all this for? Stressing myself out. And then too, it's also been studied that life expectancy, men tend to live longer when they're married as opposed to women. They tend to live longer when they're single. They tend to be happier single. So I can understand both sides of it, but subjectively, like that's what a lot of women are feeling, and that's why they don't want to be with men. But I also think that men can't be alone. I do think that men need women, and I
So
feel
women
like
don't need men?
whatever Shorty said in the previous video, I feel like it would never happen because I don't feel like men have the capacity to completely leave women alone because men, for an example, they need sex as well. And who
I mean, guys, I know Jess is a feminist. That's nothing new. But it's just funny that everything she mentioned, women need too. In fact, I would say women need men more than men need women. Because if you took the money away, because women, the only time women say they don't need men is when they get some money. If you took the money away and we just have to use our hands and our brains to survive out here, women would. That's what, in fact, even today, even with all the money they have, who they call to fix their car, who they call if there's a house fire, who builds their houses, who fixes the roads, men, who protects them, men. So either way, women still need men, right? Let's say they don't need men, they use their toys. Who makes the toys? Men. Who grows the food? Let's say they don't use toys, they only use cucumbers. Who makes the cucumbers? Who farms? Who's doing the farming? Men. I mean, she's a feminist, I get it, but like, it's crazy how she thinks women don't need men.
they gonna get that from?
You really think women happy though? Like, I mean, not obviously it's not all.
No.
I mean, I'm saying like, because a lot of women will stand on that pedestal that, you know, I'm happy being single, but then you hear those little back conversations of when they see a woman married, they look at those women a different way. They kind of, you know, sometimes there are women that will, you know, kind of seem like they waiting for something bad to happen to a married woman. But I see a lot of times women act like they happy when they don't have a man until they see a good relationship in front of them. And then it's like, you know, somewhere in their mind, they know they want that. It's just that guy. I think when women say a lot of stuff, I see a lot of women say a lot of shit on social media. And then as soon as they get a man, I don't hear them say shit. Like they disappear. You be like, damn, where'd she go? She was pro-black, hating black men. I'm talking about every comment come out their mouth is about something about a black man. And as soon as they get a fucking man, you don't see their ass no more.
Because a lot of them say, you know, when they talking to you, they really mean the opposite. You know, I want a man to treat me like I want to be treated, and you know, my last man never. He wasn't like you. You know, you cool and all that, but you know what I'm saying? It's all talk. Like it's all talk. But if I was single, I would probably look for another relationship. I like to be in relationships. I don't like to be single.
That proved my point. Men can't be alone.
Man can be alone. Like, actually, I think a man's true power is being alone. Why? Because you get to focus on whatever you have to do, your purpose, right? Your work, building a legacy, whatever you're doing. If a man is because think about it, guys. If you're in a relationship, you're married, half of your time you have to dedicate it to the other person. So a man's strength, in my opinion, is when he's alone. You can focus, you can think, you can do whatever you want to do to better yourself. If you're in a relationship, every dollar you get, you have to split it with somebody else. So honestly, a man's strength is in being alone. That's why the whole loneliness epidemic they talk about, they just don't like the fact that when a man is alone, he can really think critically. But when you have a woman and you're all emotions, oh, I'm in love, oh my God, this, you can't think logically all the time, at least, because you're going to be focused on feelings, and then she's going to be complaining, and then you're going to fight, and then you're going to have sex, and then like you're going to be on a roller coaster of emotions. In the morning she likes you, then you argue, then your emotions go, then you see, because in a relationship you're up and down. But if you're focused, you're single, you're focused on your mission, you don't have any all your emotions about your health, focusing, working out, making money. I don't know what
Wow,
you think,
Jess.
you know?
Not really. Really, I want to answer I'm sorry, Jess question when she said who's going. What was the question again? The last thing you said, it was who's going to do it, or who's going, who they going to go to or something like that because they like sex or whatever. I forgot how you worded it.
Oh, I was basically saying that men love the companionship of women. They love being around women. They love sex. They love to, like, I feel like men have to be with the women in some way, shape, or form. Whereas women, I don't feel like women necessarily have to. Would it be nice? Yes. But do we have to? No. But men, I think they have.
You know what's
I was.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, no. I was just gonna say, because the way you worded it, it was like, well, who's gonna do it? And the first thing that popped to my head was these hoes. Honestly, they don't have to be married. Like, these men are going to get it somewhere, and that's literally all I could think about is these hoes. Because these hoes is just wired a certain way where they do have to get it. Like, all of us is not like, we don't have a lot of Carmayas and Jesses and Qs and, Carmens out here. We come very few, okay? But there's still these hoes out here that's gonna do it for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and I just feel like, these men is just feeling like I don't really want to commit if I'm gonna get all of this, whenever these hoes they just gonna throw it back and be good. And I can keep pushing and keep doing what I want to do. Like Anton said, focus on my business, focus on my money and all this other stuff. These hoes is there like, hey, I do a little strange for some change, they gonna do it. And sometimes they won't even do it for no change. They look, I'm gonna just do it just off the rip. So I think that men, they're really not concerned about, them not finding companionship and all that stuff. I think it's more so the women that's going to be struggling in that department. I mean, already are struggling, my bad. Already are struggling in that department trying to find companionship because they're really the ones that need it.
Well, I feel like women struggle in that department because men hold the keys to marriage. Women hold the key to sex, men hold the key to marriage. And I think we're also saying the same thing, right? So not everybody wants to get married, right? And when I mean like men can't be without a woman, it could be in any capacity, whether that's just bumping skins, whether that's marriage, whether that's whatever it is. Like, a man cannot actively have a woman in his life, whether or not he just getting his nut off real quick. Whereas a woman, we could literally, like, there are women who go years without having any type of sexual intercourse. They can go years without having any kind of contact with the man. And
yeah, but they want the attention. Like, show me one woman who would be okay with her phone being dry. Like, no man approaches her, no man sends a DM, no man says hi to her, no man helps her when she says I need help. Like, show me one woman. Like, they may not want a relationship, like to be with a man, but they sure as hell like the attention from men, right? And that's just natural. I'm not saying it's a bad or wrong thing. I'm just saying it's natural. But obviously, she's not going to confess that women need attention. So yeah, they may not need men in their life, but they like the attention of men, just to know, oh, I still look good, oh, men want me. Because I mean, imagine you got a job. It would feel good to know other jobs want you. Like, you're like, okay, I got a job, a good job. I like the job, but anytime I can go to a different job because other jobs want me. I'm marketable.
Despite what men may think, a lot of women, or some women, actually do choose that.
They don't choose.
Whereas sometimes they don't choose. They're forced to. No, there are a lot of women who truly choose to be single and they truly choose to be abstinent. That actually does happen.
That's because of their experiences. They
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So this
You
is all
can say the same for men too,
A
though.
lot of women are jaded.
Yeah, I don't think
Right,
it's
but then
men. I don't think it's men actually have an effort of decentering women. I just think it's the crop. Like even the so-called good women out here looking like hoes. Like I mean, if you don't really find a good woman, it's hard to tell a woman what she can put on and what she can't put on if you don't have a good woman. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the stuff I had to deal with before I got married. Like you gotta sit there and this ain't right. Oh, or they listening to their girlfriends and it's just a lot of BS. So men rather get their money, chase their purpose, and then look for the right one. I hope they find the right one instead of just settling down with some random woman. So I don't think it's an effort of actually decentering women. It's just we looking at what's going on out here. And like I said, man, you go out anywhere. You got these women out here wearing lingerie to Walmart, like claiming they good women. So
but they could be good women.
I mean, but come on. I mean, if you look like a snake, I mean, come on, man.
No, that's not true.
Nah, how you gonna say what? So you let your woman go out wearing lingerie at Walmart? Your wife?
She wouldn't even think about doing
that's
that.
my point. But it's a lot of
if you see a woman with lingerie on and they looking sexy, don't mean they not good women. I know what you mean. Though. I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Immoral.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, they immoral.
I mean, it's just too many of them out there looking like that. Damn, I'm getting tired.
Hey, social media done fucked a lot of these.
Yes.
Now they can put filters on their pictures and all of that type of shit.
And it's not real, man.
And Pornhub. Don't forget about Pornhub.
Not real.
They get a lot of cats in their DMs and all of that type of stuff.
Do you think that looking at making it look looking at images, women images naked, like Pornhub and these sites, do you think that's desensitizing men?
Got it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, shampoo.
Come on.
Yeah. I think men getting a little bit desensitized by what they watching. I think
you can just pull up your phone.
I think it's an overconsumption of just too much.
Yeah, that's why the OnlyFans industry is right now like $1 billion, because men are like, why should I spend $500 to take one woman out on a dinner date and then she's never gonna call me back when I can, just use $5, subscribe to an OnlyFans chick $5 and see whatever she has to offer. $5 a month. Some guys, I mean, because remember, men just want a solution. They're like problem solvers, right? They're gonna make a plan. They're gonna adapt. So would I rather? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you how some men think. They're like, a guy will be like, should I try to risk taking 5 women on dates for $100 or subscribe to OnlyFans chick for $5 a month? Simple math.
Cruise shit in general. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way of the world. Men and women. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about men, we still somewhat hold each other accountable.
No,
the
y'all
women, most women.
No, y'all do not.
Yes, we do. Well, look. I'm speaking. I'm saying, as far as I can't speak for it. I'm speaking for my peoples who, you know what I'm saying? Nah.
We talk about in general, right? Remember when Anton said,
I mean, I can't hold bruh accountable if I don't know him.
I think sorry, I had a internet connection I missed. But to the little part that I just heard, I definitely do think that men hold each other more accountable than women.
Facts.
Why I think that is because when women like myself and in general, a lot of times we get called pygmies, we get called that we're capping, we get called all kinds of other things. Women cannot hold accountable other women because in return we get attacked.
Yeah.
And because of that reaction, we don't hold you accountable at all. Why? so I can be called a liar, I can be called a pick me, I can be called all kinds of out of my name because I tell you don't come out and be hoeing around. So to that point, I think men hold each other more accountable than women.
A lot of women not even honest with each other.
Facts.
So
They're not. A lot of women are not honest with each other, and all of
They
women
not.
are in competition with each other. And I think nowadays, to the clip where it says, "Do men?" I think it's do men desensitize women? Whatever the clip said. Yeah, I do believe that nowadays men are a lot more vocal as to what they want, and they're not going to put up with it. And men are more okay with the fact that they're all perfectly okay with being alone by themselves. Men do not need women.
Carmen, with like not
without sexual activity, but you can pay for that.
Alone, I want to talk about
you can pay for that.
Alone though, alone, like nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not
alone.
I don't think that's referring to like any type of sexual contact. Like I'm talking about completely, truly alone. And
Yeah.
I do.
Yes, alone. Because even when a woman is single, she needs her friends to go to brunch. She needs her friends to go out to a party. She needs her friends to go to a trip. She needs her friends. But men are out here doing it solo dolo. Like, I got my PlayStation, I got my work, I got my gym, like solo dolo. Like, men don't really need to be with other men to do shit. Women literally need other women. That's why even the women who claim, oh, I'm single, don't need a man, they have like 100 friends. That's why they feel like they're not alone, even if they go to bed at night alone by themselves. But they believe they're not as lonely as men because they have 1,000 friends that they need to do shit with.
I believe that men are more 100% more comfortable with being with the fact that they will die alone.
That ain't you.
As opposed to the question, because they can pay for sex. But if you're talking about do they need sexual contact?
Yeah, but
like, they can pay for that. They can pay for that, but women cannot.
Yeah, but I think it's a myth to say that men can just pay, regardless of what you think. I'm a lot older than y'all, and I'm gonna tell you something. When men have sex with women, even if they don't know them, or they have to have some type of connection to them. We don't just go like just have sex with this woman and leave. Trust me, we don't like to admit it, but in that moment,
no,
that's not true.
That's not true. Yeah, he's lying.
I'm sorry. Kicking in.
Lie.
That booger.
Hey, but see, was just being disingenuous, it's acting like as if a lot of women don't need sex too. You're talking about a very rare.
We don't.
Yeah, because of the clothes. You do, because you use toys. Women love. Honestly, women really love sex more than men. If we're gonna be honest, right? They like to go for hours. So let's talk about it. I mean, as a man, 10, 15 minutes. Okay, I'm done. They want to go for hours. On top of using toys, some of them have their boyfriend be in with the toy. Like, who really loves sex more? Women, in my opinion.
The majority does. You're talking about a little percentage.
One mic, y'all. One mic. I don't think a lot of men are really ready for this conversation. A lot of y'all women's are faking it. I'm gonna keep it, a woman's not gonna be completely honest.
We don't give a fuck.
We don't care.
For some reason, you think that we care. We still here.
At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, when the world comes to an end, Jess, I do believe the fact
you don't
that
even have to fake it. Just fucking later.
Women need men to survive when it comes to the end of the world.
Why do y'all think that we care?
No. Women need men to survive. Men do not need women to survive. And it comes to the end of the world. And let me tell y'all something. Women have this little thing down there that gets hard just like a man, and then you rub it in the right way, and the woman was going to bark like a damn dog, hop on one leg, just like on Coming to America. Trust me, Jess. I don't know who
Look at her.
or what you've dealt with before. I'm sorry that you dealt with it before.
Look at her. Where is she refusing? She knows it too. I think that's the clitoris. She got that too. But she's acting like as if she doesn't like sex.
But I'm gonna let you know right now, that little thing that gets a little hard right in the middle, what is it, the clitoris, that part right there, they rub it in the right spot, or they even lick it in the right spot. You gonna be barking and barking for days, and you gonna be fiending more than with shampoo down there was for that Coke. Okay, you gonna be like, I need another hit. Give another hit. Trust me, I don't know what the hell you over there.
She's been disappointed a lot in her life. I can see it all.
No.
Yeah, one mic. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I just got a question, and I've never understood this. Like, why would y'all fake it? Like, you hurting you. You're not hurting us.
Exactly.
What's the point of faking it?
That's a great question. A lot of women.
So you get up off her.
I'm not getting off until I'm done.
Period. And when he's done, if I'm not done, let's go. Like, I need you. Yeah, never mind.
You might catch a charge.
And also,
He's a freak.
it is so
Wow.
taboo for women to be very so much sexual in the capacity that I feel like a lot of women would love to be. It's still very taboo.
But you said
Yeah, no, but that's the discussion right there. Dang, right there, Jess. You hit it right on the nail. It has nothing to do with women not wanting it or not needing it. It's just that the fact that it's taboo and women ain't really had that spot hit before. They ain't had that shiver shake. Hallelujah. They ain't had that. So until you can get that, I think that you should always have an open mind and stay out of them waters with them other females talking about they don't need it. Cause baby, you need it just like you need the Lords. Okay. Amen.
If you're a woman and you don't have sex, but wouldn't it
fact? And they be using toys as big as this, right? You guys know they be using toys as big as this, and then they tell us how they don't like sex, how men love sex more than them, and their toys be so big, like crazy.
shut tight like an earring? Like if you get an earring, you don't put nothing in there, it'll close up. If you don't use it, it won't shut up.
You lose it. Any muscle you don't use, you lose. Maybe it's gonna go into atrophy. It's gonna really be dusty. It's gonna be dusty.
Hold on. How do we get here?
Yes.
Don't blame me.
I'll tell you how we got here, Anton. Just said that women don't need it.
One mic. I know how we got here. What I'm asking is, we got to bring it back to the original question. Do y'all think that guys are walking away from, or not even walking away from relationships, but not being concerned about what women think anymore?
I think they should.
I don't think that.
I would say
not for the most part. A lot of these men is acting like women nowadays, so they definitely care and think how does she feel about this and that.
My son is 14. My son is 15 years old. He cares about how his girl feels. He like, you know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I don't think men care anymore. I disagree. I don't think men care, and I don't think that's a surprise. I think that nowadays men have a platform to actually say it out loud and feel okay that they say it out loud. They don't care. They don't care anymore. Because why they don't care?
On the market.
They don't care anymore because the women that came before them made it okay. They set the tone.
Are you married? You married?
I am. Yes,
I am. Why are you talking like that?
I think that guys care.
I don't
think that they care enough to where they feel like they have to get married in order to.
Exactly. I don't think men.
Yeah, because it's not beneficial anymore. Like before, men, one of a man's legacy standards would be to get married. But if there's no benefit, because remember, men don't just do shit just to do it, right? A man wants to do something. Number one, he wants to feel appreciated. He wants to feel like he's making a change in someone's life. But most importantly, he wants to feel like it's part of his legacy. So if marriage isn't beneficial to him and he knows the consequences, because before men never used to talk about, oh, I got divorced, she took half my share, she doesn't want me to see my kids, because they couldn't really communicate together, right? So if somebody got divorced in Utah, they wouldn't be able to talk about what they went through because we didn't have social media, right? But now you know the experiences of a man in Utah, you know the experiences of a man in Africa, you know the experiences of a man in Texas. So men all come together. You're like, oh, also you too? Oh, she did that to you? Oh, she did that to me too. So men are like, you know what? Marriage ain't it.
Care
I think
enough to
you'll
want to get
always
married.
care because that's just a part of life, and people want to be wanted and they want to get whatever it is that they want. But then at the same time, I don't think that they think it's as important enough to go through the things that the men in previous years had to go through in order to get it. They're like, listen, if you coming, you coming. If you're not, then it is what it is. And I'm not necessarily gonna marry you either. It's a lot of guys that's like, yo, I don't really care about getting married no more because they more scared about divorce than they are about getting married. And I don't think I think they want to. I just don't think that they see the value in it, considering this family court laws and all the shit that comes along with it. So
I believe they want to get married, but there's a lack in the market of wife material.
Cheaper to keep it. It's cheaper to keep.
That's our fault. That's our fault. So I think men are okay with the fact that, do I want to get married? Yes. But am I willing to sacrifice all of this? No. And I'm perfectly okay with the fact of dying by myself. I think that's more acceptable.
Everybody die alone. Who told
Everybody
you
die alone, but I think it's more acceptable with men as opposed to with women. But yeah, I think there's a seriously lack of marriage material women in the market, and finally men are starting to speak up about it, and
women don't like it. Women don't like the men are speaking up. Women would rather men shut up. That's why as soon as you speak up, you're like, oh, women should cook and clean. If I'm going to pay all the bills, you're like, oh, but we're equal. But when the bills are due, we're not equal, right? When the bills are due, we're not equal. But for some reason, when I ask you to cook for me and make me a sandwich, now we are equal, and now I'm not the boss of you. When you clearly make a sandwich and make coffee for your boss, you know what I mean? So men look at that. Men share ideas from different parts of the world, different states in the United States, from Africa, from Europe. And they're like, oh, so your women are like that? Because trust me, guys, just because men are living in the US and going to Africa and Colombia, feminism has already reached there. If feminism can reach Saudi Arabia, best believe it has started to reach all those. It has even reached China, Asia, different parts of Asia, right? Japan, name it. Feminism has already reached there. So even if you leave the United States, chances are you may still run into a feminist. Because remember, American culture is so strong, it has spread. The Nicki Minaj's, the Cardi B's have spread to different parts of the world. So chances are, if you go to a country and the woman has a phone and she has social media, 99.9% she might be a feminist if she has social media. Because trust me, social media, especially TikTok, oh my God, try going on a feminist, hall of TikTok. You'll be surprised. But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see Hero for Life. Shout out to you, bro. I see you in the chat. And he's saying women in general. My auntie or my aunt took a left turn in a red light and got upset at me for screaming and panicking. Crazy. But shout out to you guys in the chat. Let me go to the next video. Like the video as you're coming in. I really appreciate your support. Let's go to, I haven't done Kendra G in a while, so I might as well. Give me 1 second. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Somebody said they're watching from California. Like the video. Let me see how many likes we got. I want to see if you guys are supporting your boy. Okay. Get me to 10 likes. I really appreciate that. All right, let's go to the next video. Just like the video. You can donate if you want to. I would appreciate it. You can send a super chat if you want to. But most importantly, like the video so YouTube can let other people know that we are in here cooking. All right, let's go.
Atlanta. And I said T, like T as in Tom.
What did I say? I thought I said Tiana.
I thought you said Deanna.
No,
No
Tiana.
worries.
Okay. Tiana, how old? You said in Atlanta?
Yes.
How old are you?
31.
31. What do you do for a living?
I work in insurance for the government.
Okay. Works in insurance. Do you have any kids?
I have two boys. They're 5 and 7.
Okay, 5 and 7. Both by the same man?
Yes.
Why y'all not together?
We were together for 11 years. We started dating when we were like 18. It turned into like a 7-year engagement. So I just, went my separate way. He had like commitment issues. He was a mama's boy. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all were engaged for
So he was a mama's boy, but you made 2 babies with him? Why did you have babies with a mama's boy? You see, this is the shit I don't like. He was good enough to have babies with, and now you're calling me mama's boy? How are your sons, because she's raising sons, how are your sons supposed to look at this video 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that their mother was calling their father a mama's boy? It's funny. Was he a mama's boy before you got pregnant twice, or was he a mama's boy after you got pregnant?
7 years?
Mm-hmm.
What was the final straw when you're like, year 7, we still not getting married?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. She said
Yeah.
7 was her out child.
He
What's
was a
your
little
zodiac
controlling
sign?
and stuff. He was controlling. He didn't want me to work, so I was a stay-at-home mom and girlfriend for that whole
It's
time.
so funny. There's women who want that life. They call
Exactly.
me every day. They want a provider, and they didn't want to work. So you had that, and you didn't want it.
Crazy.
I want it, but like I
Bad.
still like that. But there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to still like have my own hustle. Like I wanted to go to law school instead. And he's like, I don't want to
He's so
marry a
bullshit.
lawyer. So
You don't
I
want
was
to
just
marry a lawyer.
yeah, I was just like,
See, other women are saying, I want a provider. Then she gets a provider who wants her to stay home to look after the kids. And then she's like, no, I want to be independent. I want to do my own thing. It's like, so what are men supposed to do? So what is a man out here supposed to do? Is he supposed to be a provider, or is he supposed to get it? Because let me guess, she wanted to go to school, wanted to get a job, and earn her own money and keep the money for herself as he's a provider. And then what? Like, oh my God, guys, it's crazy.
well then, I'll just go my separate way and go to law school.
So she divorced a man who wanted to be a provider because she wanted to go to law school. So she left a man. She broke up her family. Now she's a single mom out here looking for another man too.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
This
So what's
so
your
stupid.
zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. So we got Tiana.
Yes.
Tiana. Alana, 31, Capricorn. She works in insurance. Mom to a 5 and a 7-year-old by the same man. I think I got it all. What kind of man you looking for now?
Still the same provider, gentleman. I'm old fashioned, so I grew up in
Oh
a
my God.
household with a housewife, so
Oh
I
my
still
God.
like that. But just more of like a balance.
Because that's confusing, because you literally said you had
Exactly.
that, but you didn't like it. So what is you want a provider, but you said you just want to go to law school.
Well, someone that wants to provide for me in my environment of what I want to do. Like I had an acting career, he canceled. I don't want someone that's insecure that is still a provider.
Well, wait, are you
What?
not going to law school?
I am.
You're going to law school and you're an actress?
No, I had an acting career when I was 19. I was just saying he was insecure, so he basically distracted me from all of that and you know what I mean? Canceled a lot of things that I had going on because his insecurities.
How?
So someone said it's not confusing. No, it is confusing, and I'm about to try to understand. So you're going to law school, which is a great job. So when you make your money from your law school, you
She's
want
gonna
to
save it.
keep it, or you're not going to work? You said you want to provide.
Well, I mean, I believe that, like your wife can have $1 million, but that's haram. You know what I mean? You don't ever
my
take
God.
from your wife. That's her money to take care of your children and do what she needs to do. Say something ever happens to you. Now she's in a stable position where she can keep the family afloat. So it is haram to take from your wife.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. I have no words. Oh my God, guys. This is bad. This is fucking bad. She broke up with a man. She had two kids with a man. She called him a mama's boy. She said he was a provider. She broke up with him, but now she's back in the dating market looking for a man who's probably gonna be a stepfather first because she has two kids. And then she was still wants a provider, even if she broke up with the provider. But she's saying she's gonna work so she can save her money, and that money will be hers. But he has to let her do whatever she. So she wants a slave. She wants you to just be there, just to pay for her bills, so she can work and save her money. Oh my God, guys! I mean, she's good looking, red bone. I see the big ass boobs. So some guys are still gonna be in the DMs, but if I have a headache and I've never met this woman, I kid you not, you would. Oh my God.
So now this is somebody said I was confused. Now I'm getting better understanding. So as a lawyer, are you going to school to be a lawyer?
Yeah, but I would want to do like public servant work and help people that are less fortunate and can't afford good attorneys.
Okay, so basically all the money you make, you don't want any of that to be for the
Hers.
household. You want it to be in savings for a rainy day.
Correct.
Okay.
And retirement and, you know, for the children, investments. That way, neither one of us have to work.
Okay.
That's my job.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I multiply things and make them better. You provide and keep
Oh my
everything going.
God, the delusion.
Okay. One more question that I think some men might have. So a lot of times when men are the providers paying all the bills, they want a woman to make sure she's cooking or having the food ready every
She's
night.
not gonna
Would you
do it.
that?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Okay.
I like doing that.
Now,
How are you gonna do it if you're going to school and working? Are you gonna come from work and make me a meal? How are you gonna go to work at 8 and then come back at 5? I would even be down to ask you to cook when you went to work all day and you're tired. And if I come from work, I'm not gonna find a ready meal. I have to wait for you to cook first when I should find the meal already done and ready for me to eat because I pay all the bills. Like, which man wants this?
they're telling me to ask you, are you Muslim?
No, I'm not. I just grew up with a lot of around a lot of Middle Eastern people when I was younger. So some parts of their culture I appreciate.
Okay.
So
now
that
you
you
do
can
have two
choose
boys.
what works for
So
you.
when you go into the next scenario, so you want this man to provide for you and your two boys,
Yeah.
correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, they have a dad that provides for them, but you know.
Well,
what
you
I
want a
mean?
man. I mean, you're telling me you don't want to pay no bills. So if you move into a household and this new guy who's
Wow.
not their father, he will be providing for them because he's paying all the bills in the house that they would be living in.
Correct.
Okay. That's what she desires. Now I'm gonna let you respond because there's gonna be some people and some men or maybe majority men. They're gonna say that okay, you want me to provide for you and your two kids, and you make money and
What
you
does he
keep
get
it
in
to
return?
yourself. And you actually had that with the children's dad,
And you left him.
and you didn't like it. So what would you say to the man that thinks that's kind of crazy?
I mean, maybe I'm just not your cup of tea, you know?
Wow.
I don't know. That sounds like you have some issues where you didn't grow up seeing that, so you don't know what a real man and a real provider
Here
should
we
be.
go. Here we go with attacking man. So she had a man who was a provider. She broke up with him. Now she's saying any man who's not willing to provide for her and her two kids, because she's a single mom, is not a real man. Why do they do this? Like, why do they quickly go to, you're not a real man if you're not going to provide for me and my two kids? But you had a provider. You had the child's dad. You had the father of your kids. You left him because all he wanted you to be a stay-at-home wife as he was providing. You had the provider. Now you're out here in the dating market, hoping you find a man who's dumb enough to pay for your two kids as you go work and save your money. Now, I don't know which man is dumb enough to fall for that. Are there some guys? Yeah, maybe some of you are watching me, but I don't know in which world that makes sense to them. Now she's shaming men for not being a real man. I would think a real woman would have stayed with the child's father, with her children's father, and be a stay-at-home wife as he was a provider. That's what a real woman would do. But let me guess, it's only a real man. There's no such thing as a real woman, right?
But one would say a real man provides for his children, and your children technically are not his.
Fact.
And they are provided for.
but you want him to provide for them too, because you want to go another dynamic in which he will be the sole provider. And you said you will have money, but you would keep your money for a rainy day. So you want his money to provide for you and your children,
She
which are
wants a
not
dummy.
technically his children.
I mean, I still did household things. Like I will take care of, like, you pay cold necessities and things of that nature, and things like the kids needed. I bought stuff like that. So it's like there's still a balance. It's not all just, you know what I mean? You're taking care of these kids when they have a father. So majority of stuff, you're just paying for the roof over their head. No one's asking you to pay for their sports and things of that nature.
Well, the roof
Unless you want.
over their head is a big deal.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Rental
Yes,
mortgage.
it is.
Okay. All right. Either way, so we got it. So what are your deal breakers besides not a providing child?
She wants a dummy.
Just not open-minded. You can't hold a conversation. You get easily frustrated. You don't have any emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? Like how we're talking, and you know, I can tell you don't really agree, but you're still able to hold the conversation. Like
Well,
most
I would
men are
say
just
it's
gonna.
not really for me to agree. You're not looking for me, right?
No,
You're
I
looking for
know.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you're
you know what I
saying
mean?
we can have a discussion.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So someone who doesn't, you say you call it emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
They throw that
Anything else?
word around.
No, not really.
Okay. So your biggest deal breaker is a man who doesn't have emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and I guess someone who drinks. I don't like alcoholics.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Here we go.
I want yes to be in shape, keep yourself up. Like I have boys that play sports, so I would prefer if you were athletic.
Is she athletic?
Okay.
Let's wait and
Be in
see.
shape. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
Here we go. She has 2
Yes.
kids.
I guess like minimum like 100,000.
Oh my God.
I have a lot of knowledge. Like I can help build you up. You know what I mean? Like I work with.
If he's making 6 figures, he's already built. He doesn't need to build him. He doesn't need you to build him up. You got 2 boys. You may need to build those boys up. The last thing you should be worried about is building up a 6-figure man. He already has the 6 figures. For all I know, you're going to be spending his money. That's why you know how much exactly you want the man to make, because you're going to spend it. Why do they feel like they need a rich man and then they claim, I'm going to help him build? He's already built. That's why you know how much you want him to make. Oh my
nonprofits
God.
and teach business owners how to structure their business property, qualify for funding. So,
Okay. 100K is the minimum. So if a man made 70K, should he not reach out to you?
No.
I'm open to negotiation. It depends on what their
Open to-
personality is like. You know what I mean? There's other factors. Like if you're charismatic, you can speak well. Like I said, like I can teach you.
Okay.
70K open to negotiation? I think what has her messed up is the fact that she looks good. Red bone. So most black men are going. Even the ones with money are going. Now, maybe they're going just to clap them cheeks and run off, because very few men are willing to, spend money on another man's kids. But she's saying if you make 70K, she will do you a favor. In other words, you don't have first pick, but she will do you a favor. You know what that means? She will have you with your 70K, spend it, but in the meantime, she's still looking for the 6-figure guy in the background. Because best believe, just because you make 70K and you guys get together, if the 100K, 200K, 500K guy meets her, you think she's going to say no? She's going to tell you, oh, it's not working out anymore. I don't feel the chemistry anymore. You're a good man, but you know what? God has somebody good for you out here. That's what she's going to say.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
She better be in shape, because she says she wants a man in shape. I see that big ass boobs, but
Okay. Who's helping you with the camera?
My sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a black man's kryptonite, I guess.
Tiana, correct?
Yes, Tiana.
Tiana. Okay, Tiana. I apologize. Tiana.
No worries.
Should the guy be in Atlanta?
I would prefer yes, but I'm once again negotiable.
Okay, you
I'm a compromising person.
Oh, could he have children?
I don't mind.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
I do.
You do. Okay. When was your last relationship?
November.
Okay. Was it your children's dad?
No, we broke up like 2 years ago.
Okay. Did the last guy you break up with, did he have all these requirements?
He did, but he proposed to me and he just had a lot going on, so I broke it
It seems like you had 2 men.
See, 2 men who made all the money she wants in the world, and she couldn't keep any of them. So what makes you think she's gonna keep you? Because she looks good. Don't get me wrong, right? Black men love red bones, nice smile, you know, big ass boobs, like everything black men like to ask for, right? So she looks good. So she's gonna have plenty of DMs. But my question for you guys are gonna be in her DMs. She couldn't keep 2 guys, right? She even had 2 kids for one of the guys who were providers. She couldn't keep them. What makes you think you're so different that she's gonna stay with you? Ask yourself that question as you're jumping into the DMs.
And it seems like, I mean,
He was a little crazy. It was just too soon. Like, I just met him. I don't know.
You had a guy that you had kids with who wanted to be the provider, and you didn't really like that one. Now you tell me the last guy in November proposed, and he
was an alcoholic, so that's why I don't do that.
Okay, no, fair enough. Okay, so he was alcoholic. All right. What?
All right. So if he was an alcoholic, why did you get it? Why did you let it go all the way to him proposing? Let me guess. You liked the fact that he was taking you to nice dinner dates and buying you flowers and maybe even giving you money and, you know, taking care of your kids. Because if you were such a bad man, alcoholic, deal breaker, you should have broken it up. You should have asked the first question on the date: do you drink? How much? Okay, nope, red flag. Let's move on. But the fact that he made it to the point where he proposed to you, that lets me know you enjoyed the time. Obviously, he clapped them cheeks. I think so.
When was the last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
It's been a while. Probably November. Yeah.
November.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Nothing. Being delusional.
I think everybody has things that they can always learn.
So what
We're
is it?
always learning and evolving. So
You said say one more time?
I said I think everybody has things that they can improve on, and we're always learning and evolving. So I can't name 3 flaws. You know what I mean?
There you have it.
A human being, like everybody has things that they can improve on.
But that means you got no
Three things that you
self-awareness.
can improve in. It's not a hard question.
She doesn't know. She
I guess
has no self-awareness.
patience. I'm not really too
Delusional.
compromising, and I'm not good at budgeting.
Okay. You say you're not too compromising.
I believe her. Delusional, you know, plenty of men in her DMs, so she thinks she's all the way up here. I mean, she looks good, I get it, but like eventually in 10, 15 years time, we'll see. We'll be out here. I'll be here to report the dating news. But shout out to Kendra G, man. I'll put the link down in the description. But guys, it's women like her are out here. I'm just telling you. Now I'm telling you, the way she thinks is the same way her friends think. Is the same way the friends of her friends think. So if you're out here looking for a unicorn, good luck. This is bad. Shout out to you guys anyway. Let me do another video. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Guys, like the videos you're coming in. I really appreciate that. Let's do another video all the way to Lapif. Okay. All right. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, let me see who's in the chat. Let me see. All right. Let's go to the next video. Shout out to Lapif. Let's cook.
There's a point in time where it's optimal to marry a woman, but lately that optimal time is geared towards her individuality and pursuit of stability on her own. So whenever the man gets a chance to marry her, she done ran through her 30s, and it's just the value exchange is kind of deflated at that point.
And I think
the ideal
woman
situation to get her is whenever she's young and she's, you know what I'm saying, more impressionable, fertile, and all those things. But a lot of women are coming off of the assembly line, pursuing their own individual stability and fucking running the streets and shit and hot girl summers. So like now you as a man in society, you gotta pick them whenever their pussy lips is hanging too low or whatever you want to call it. It's not an optimal time to select them. So it's better to just go with transaction and just because the amount of peace you got to sacrifice at that point, the value she bring at that point don't compensate for the lack thereof. So
there
it's
are
better
other people that have not addressed this question. There are 3 other people here that have not addressed the question. So can we
Go
get them
ahead,
in, please?
Shannon.
So I agree with what's your name again? The guy with the red hat on, I believe.
Illa, just say Illa.
Illa. I agree with him. I don't think we value each other anymore. I agree with that. I agree with, but let me just say this. This is the one thing I'm gonna say. I think it's the women, and let me tell you why, ladies. We have devalued ourselves. You out here giving it out. Just this is my personal opinion. It's not on everybody. I know some people are just free with it. I'm not. I just think that why would a person marry you if you just go give like it's no point. He's living in a marriage and he ain't without the responsibility of you. You are doing everything a woman would do in a marriage, and you do it for years without even the commitment. What's the point in him?
She don't want to subscribe to no order. It requires her to, as a young woman before all that, she would have to subscribe to some type of structure. She would typically have to yield to some type of leadership. So it's better to go ahead and bust it open and live in her own solitude.
I did that's so what I'm saying is they're never going to. Why would he marry you if he's getting all of his needs met as if all the great things about being in a marriage without being in a marriage? You understand?
And why would he marry you if he doesn't see any wifely qualities in you? The same way a woman wouldn't marry a man who doesn't have any husband qualities, it's the same way a man would never marry a woman who has not shown any wifely qualities. Like how they, for some reason, believe that the only time they should do any wifely things is when they're married. But the marriage begins before you say I do, before you walk down the aisle. Like that should be a simple principle.
Understand? You can sit here and do all this, but he's not going to take responsibility of you. The only way he takes responsibility of you is in a marriage. So you can do all these wifely things, but you are not a wife until you are a wife. Okay. Yes. And what we're doing is we're doing all these great things. You folding his clothes, washing, and you should show him. He can see that you can wash clothes. He can see your house. He can see that you're a clean person. He can see that if you cooking for yourself and he comes over, you make sure he has a plate. Absolutely. But what I'm saying, he can see those things, but y'all showing up every day like this man is your husband. He's not going to marry you. He's getting all of the perks of you without even having to do his part. So I don't blame him. You can't blame him for that. Like, if you're getting it, what's the point?
You're right, Shan. So what you just exposed is that we do value them. They just freebies. Like,
yeah, this is goodwill. It's your own railway, your own clearance.
Women are just giving it all up. And like, why the fuck would I marry you if you just gonna do everything for any other man you meet? You're not a.
I mean, if they're going to say they're not going to do anything wifely like for a man before the man marries them, then they shouldn't expect the man to provide or protect until they get married. Also, but let me guess, they don't want that kind of deal. You as your man, they want you to provide and protect. They call it apply pressure. They don't want the bare minimum from men. They don't want to wait till the marriage for the man to show that he's a provider. They want him to show he's a provider from the first date. But for them, they're going to pick and choose what they can do before they get married. Isn't that funny? Well, clearly it's not working out.
Virgin already coming at me. See, I know that all of the little tricks and stuff you learned to get on your tippy toes and handstand and shit, probably learned that from the dude down the street. So Facts. You coming to me with this, I'm going to enjoy my time while I can, and I'll cash app you every now and then. But yeah, that's just typically what's going on. It's not that we don't value the woman. We value her. We value her at its particular window when she don't value the concept of being in a marriage. And it's just a mismatch. So, and then they want to blame their frontal lobes. Oh, my frontal lobe is not developed, but you can walk 3,000 that thing and do a headspan on it. But you're talking about your fucking judgment is impaired up until 30. But you're doing all of these fucking things though. Like, I don't get it. You can't just deal with a man. You have to deal with a man after 35.
Facts.
Right. And I also think you don't become a wife. I think that's something you walk into before you even have a man.
Yep.
And same thing with men. I think if you want to be something, you have to already start walking in those steps of how you live your life on a regular. I don't think you just wake up and being wife one day. A lot of women, I feel like there's a lack of discretion and even how they just dress. I feel like I remember once upon a time, you know, women would dress a little salacious, you know, on occasions. But you go on the average Instagram, that average Instagram, I ain't even talking about salacious. So it's really the lack of mystery. I think it's a big deal too. It's no discretion in the way that our women carry themselves, and there's no more. It kind of undermines courting when I can see everything you got on your Instagram page or even in public. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like having your behind out or wearing something sheer and see through. That's just standard now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just understand how women can think they can dress like that and just think that they can just turn on being a wife. I don't think that's
Ella,
possible.
you remember when?
That's true, because there's so many women who are married on social media, on Instagram. And it's like, I'm married to them too, because I see everything out. It's like whatever their husband sees in the bedroom, I see it on their social media. So it's like, I mean, I don't know what she's covering, because whatever he sees in their house, I see it on her social media. The only thing I may not see is the real punani. But other than that, everything else, the boobs are out, the butt is out, you know, all these weird photographs, all these weird photos. It's like, there's nothing left to imagination.
Back in the day, about 10 years ago, you used to see panels like this where they had suits and ties and they was on panels like these, like on news broadcasts. But then now today, whenever you see women on here, like a great deal of them, a great percentage of them had a fucking cleavage out. Like you would never see that back in the days when women just show up, the titties is out. Like,
because my thing is just that I'm not even trying to put women in back in a box. I just feel like women need to know it's a time and place for everything.
Lady O and Depot in there real quick.
Word. Go ahead, bro.
All right. I think everybody hit on some very key and important things. I got 197 dudes that work for me in my construction company. So, and we in Florida. So sex is just like Burger King or Chick-fil-A or any fast food place you think of. So, you know, you do have that, you know, but depends on what you want to put in your body. Do you want a Osceola bowl or do you want, you know, a Wendy's biggie bag? So it's still ladies out there that have a little culture and knowledge, and they were shown how to be a woman, a wife, and a good lady. And it's a bunch of them that's out there, just like my boy said about busting it open. But, you know, that come from the structure in the home. And, you know, a lot of guys don't know what it looks like to be in a marriage. A lot of my men that work for me, they didn't have their dad. So, you know, I grew up with my grandparents, so I saw structure from day one. So with the most men just never saw that. And that's all it is. And so that's where, you know, you come with desecration to both genders at that point. A lot of people see their mom going through it with a ton of dudes so they could just make it. A lot of dudes see, you know, their dad by himself and the mom could have died. And he's, you know, it's a whole lot that, you know, you could say about that. But in general, like Ella said earlier, the respect of life is definitely gone for anyone. And that's the core of it, most of it. I would say that is definitely the core, but it's just the structure, like we was talking about earlier. It's the structure on both sides, because it's tough. But it's if you just talking about sex, she was saying, you know, why you know, girls are giving up for free. Some girls think that that's all they have. And so, you know, and that comes from the house as well. So if they figure if they pretty and their ass is fat, they in there.
But let me just say this, Debo. It's not even about that. I would say that good girls have even fallen for this, right? Because you can be a good girl and give a guy all of you, right? You can be loyal to him, but that does not necessarily mean that he's going to marry you. It's a lot of good girls right now who are placeholders for a man. You understand what I'm saying? So even with that, if you value yourself and say, I'm not giving you any, he can tell you're a good girl by the way you move, the things that you do, and you don't have to give your body up for that. But why would he marry you if you're just going to freely? I think that this is one of those things that good girls and other girls, it's a common problem. We're just giving, it's too many benefits given out, even in relationships that are not moving towards marriage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what are those benefits that she's talking about? Because she keeps talking about, oh, the women are just giving it up, but that means it's just about the sex. Sure, she thinks if a woman doesn't sleep with a man, the man will just marry her. Men don't just marry women just for the sake of it, just for the sex, right? There's other things. There are the wifely characteristics. So if all you have to offer a man is your body and there's nothing else that you're going to offer him, even if you make him wait till after marriage and then you guys get married, then he finally, you give him the coochie and then he figures out, oh my God, this is all she has to offer, the sex, that's it. She can't even cook. She can't even make a sandwich. Okay. Guess what? The marriage is going to end, right? The moment it starts, it's going to end. Because now you finally gave him some sex because you made him wait till marriage, but now there's nothing else. So he's going to seek that you are making him wait for the sake of it because you wanted to get the ring, but there's nothing else you can offer to him. But anyway, shout out to Lapif. Shout out to you guys who are in here. Like the video, support your boy. Let's go to another video. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment. I had another Lapif video. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Just 1 second. All right. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
We see more toxicity, so much more failure, and relationships just being destructive. And we only have a small group that we actually look at as a collective society to get hope and inspiration from. But when we see one of those falling or fragile or have some type of crack or vulnerability, it kind of deflates us. So it has an impact on us. I don't know why we got away from that part of the conversation when we was able to hone in on it.
What couple are you talking about?
Can I add something?
Well, the Aisha and Steph Curry couple, but I would say that's just one of them. Like there's many other couples. Like LeBron and Savannah was one of them. I think Will and Jada was one at one point until that started to fall apart.
Can I add something?
Go ahead, Bo.
Great. So this is where I think some men are weak. I will never date a man who cares about what other men think. If in fact you do not have your own thought process, if you cannot think for yourself, if you are not validated by yourself and by the things that you produce, you can't date me. If you care what someone else thinks about you, that's weak to me. I see that as a weakness. We don't think for ourselves. We don't make up our own realities. We want to rely on what other people are doing. You're looking to your left and your right.
to your neighbors, to your left and your right, to figure out what to do in life. And I think that we need to figure out what we want. That's why people criticize me when I'm up here speaking for myself. People are criticizing me saying I will be single forever just because I have my own idea of the type of man that I want. How are you mad at me?
The type of man you want, and I've heard her describe the type of man she wants so many times, is what every other modern feminist woman wants. The man who's gonna let them do whatever they want, but also pay the bills. That's the type of woman. So how is she making it seem like as if the way she thinks is different from other women?
For what I want, and I am not joining in with every other woman and what they want. As a society, think for ourselves and make up our own realities for ourselves. You look for inspiration in other people, and you should be the inspiration for other people, but you can't be the inspiration for other people because you can't think for yourself. You're going off of too much of what other people are doing and thinking, that you can't even make up your own reality and be that non-toxic couple that you want to see. If you are what you want to see, it will become something in the world. Until then, you're going to look around and see toxic people, and then because you look to other people for inspiration, you are also going to be toxic. That's your choice though, but I choose to think for myself independently and search for something that is going to fit me instead of trying to figure out what everybody else is doing and being like, I think that's a good idea, I'm gonna join with it too, and then I'm gonna be miserable. It's dumb.
Oh, can I?
That's not true. Boy is a feminist, and she thinks like a feminist. So for her to make it seem like as if she thinks anything different from what modern women think is laughable. Because I've reacted to Bo like 1,000 times, and everything she says is what feminists say.
Offer something. I think so I do care about what people think, right? But there's an asterisk there. I only care about what my peers think. Now, my peers aren't men who make just necessarily make the type of money I make. My peers are men who are also as intelligent as me, but they're also as emotionally intelligent as me. Also, they're just as empathetic as me, and they're just as principled as me. But not only that, they can see perspectives. You know, they try to see perspectives. They try to come up with solutions, and when you're engaging in conversation with them, they engage in good faith, right? Those are my peers. So not just somebody who make money, not, if you have all of those things, then your opinion is genuinely valuable to me. I think you have a valuable opinion. So I care about what you think because it only makes sense for me to care about what you think. I understand what you're saying, but I think that what you mean is slightly different from some things that you said.
No, they're not. She mean what she say. Trust me. She's very meticulous in what she say. But I will say this: the type of man that she would prefer to date are the guys who, whenever they lean on their own understanding or their own type of thinking and don't have any principle or any oversight or anything to look to as a replica or as a template to go by, have failed drastically. Like if you look at Adam, the very reason why he made the decision to hearken to Eve's voice is because he wanted to think for himself and make a decision, and he didn't care about what another man thought, what God thought. He exited him out and focuses on what she wanted. He thought for himself. So I think that every man should have at least two figures that they rely on, not necessarily for their thinking, because inspiration is different than making you incapacitated from making your own decisions. Inspiration just give you a blueprint, a template, or some type of hope in disguise of a choice that you could potentially make if you were faced with the same situation. So it doesn't mean that you can't think for yourself. It just means that you have somebody that can inspire the decision making whenever you do think for yourself.
I agree. Every man, whether you look up to your father, whether you look up to your coach, whether you look up to the people in your family, you have to look up to somebody, or you even have to go to someone for some kind of advice. But what Bo, this one wants, is the type of man that she can control, the type of man who's a yes man to her. So if she tells you as that, if God forbid, if you're the husband and she tells you to do something and you're not sure, she doesn't want you to go seek, you know, understanding from anyone else. She just wants you to say yes or no. In other words, you're going to be the king in jail.
So if you take Moses, the reason why he wasn't able to go across the Sea of Jordan is because he, at various times, he was thinking of himself. He wasn't focused, or he wasn't concerned about what God thought about the decisions he was making. So a lot of these scenarios will give you an example of great kings falling because they didn't rely on the thinking that came before them. A lot of men today, a lot of young YNs out here, they don't have fathers in their life. They don't have anybody to give them that blueprint, that mentality,
the guiding,
to shape their way of thinking. So whenever these people are going, society is the way it is right now because people are leaning on their own understanding and thinking for themselves. That's why you got our community is the way it is. There is no structure. The structure was supposed to be created from some type of thinking that came before you so that you could follow it. And it's actually curated in a way to where it gives you the best outcome and whatever degree of difficulty. Because we don't accept it and we just move on our own. That is why we in this situation we're in. So I understand you don't want to date a man who can't think of himself, but I think you're over exaggerating what we mean when we say that we look to people for inspiration. We can still think for ourselves, but a lot of our decision making is going to be inspired by somebody who's been there before,
who has done it.
So if I'm looking at a real dope dad to set up a merchandise store or whatever, online merch, to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, I might not think about the process or carry out the decision making based on what I think is fit. I'm going to lean on him to give me the guidance on that. And I think that's totally fine if you want to try to have a higher success rate in what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think the solution is somewhere in the middle of what both of y'all are saying.
Nah, she just wants a man who's just going to do whatever she wants, right? She wants a man who's not going to have friends who are going to be like, hey, bro, you let your woman talk to you like that? That's why some women don't, when they get a man, they try to make sure they don't let him hang out with his friends anymore. Because, the man is going to be like, oh, she was talking to me crazy. And the guys are going to be like, you let your woman talk to you crazy? She doesn't want any man to give the husband any type of information that will make him better or will make him look in the mirror and be like, I shouldn't let my woman talk to me like this. Or she doesn't want the man. Let's say she doesn't cook for the man, right? But the friends have wives who cook for them. If he finds out that wives are actually supposed to be cooking for the husband, she's going to have an issue with it. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Lapif down below. Links. Shout out to you guys who joined me for today. I'll be back soon. This was a short show, but I'll be back and do a longer show. So till next time, like the video as we head out. Peace.